please like and subscribe.
Let's do it.
For
Let's
anybody
do it.
that doesn't know who you are, you want to just take a moment to kind of introduce yourself and what it is you do with the water cooler?
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. I'm Jeremiah from the Safe Moon Water Cooler. I have been in Safe Moon for almost, well, I think it's definitely been over a year and a half. But I'm, we basically run a show on Twitter, and a few people show up. I get an opportunity to interview a lot of presidents of companies and CEOs, and me and my co-host Addict, name is Kevin. We I really created the Safe Moon Water Cooler for people to come and relax, get truth, some positivity, some good music, some good conversations, and well, a good conversation, I guess, converse amongst one another, and just have a good time. I actually created it because, as Holly mentioned back in the day, when we were in the spaces fighting the flood against, P church, paid people, the flood ceremony. Geez, it's like it was driving people crazy. And you think Reddit was bad? Come to Twitter, it was bad. I
It was
mean,
bad. It was so bad.
and I'm a positive guy, but or at least I try to be. But at the same time, I'm a lion. I don't. When it comes to Safe Moon, the community, the people, I'm very protective, as she said, and I try not to let people see that other side of me. But I don't play because this is money. This is our families' futures that we have invested in, and we're hoping this thing moons the way that we're planning it to moon. But either way, we're here for that fight. So I just want to provide a platform for people just to come and relax and get away from all the craziness and hear some truth, to say the least.
Well, and you're doing a very good job with that. I don't know, I can't remember to be honest with you because I've been in so many spaces over the last few months. I don't know if I've ever come up and talked in your space or not, but I've sat back underneath and listened, which is kind of what we do in real life. We're more of the guys that will sit back in the corner and pay attention and then be like,
Well,
okay, that's legit. Now let's dive in. Except Greg.
Well,
So Caleb and I do that.
yeah, well, hopefully we can have the Crypto Bros on the water cooler and Holly on the water cooler one day, and we all can just get up there and kick it and introduce the world to you guys too as well.
Hey man,
Sounds
we're all
good.
about it. We're all about collaborating with anybody that's good people.
Oh,
That's just our priority is, hey, let's help out each other and whatever that looks like, because we say it all the time. Whatever we can do for you, let us know. We may not know what that is, but if there's something, it never hurts to ask, right?
Absolutely.
But it is a very chill space. You've done a very good job with it. It's pretty impressive to me, the guests that you do get to come on. Are those scheduled, or do people just stop in sometimes? Or is it both?
Yeah, for the most part, they're all scheduled.
Okay.
I'm not paid by Safe Moon or anything like that, but I have a relationship with Safe Moon, and we get everything scheduled and everything. So I can probably just leave it at that. But yeah.
So you know what, you bring up a good point. I'm going to go a little bit off topic here, okay?
Yeah, sure.
So you got the water cooler, which you don't get paid for. Why do you do it? Because people ask us the same thing. We don't make money off what we do, right? And if we ever got to that point, our whole deal is we want to give back, right? But right now we don't. So why do you do it if you don't get paid?
No, that's a good question. And trust me, I wish I can get paid.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
right?
I'm an entrepreneur. I need to get paid too. It'd be nice. The donation wallet is up there, but
Yeah.
yeah, but just like anybody, when you give your time and you have a passion and love for it, yes, it does go a long ways. For me, I do have a passion. I love to talk, connect with people, and but on the other side, yeah, I think about that often. Like, man, how can I really monetize this thing? Where things are down right now. I need to make money. I have a business that I haven't been paying attention to because it's in the, when I do the water cooler, it's prime time where I should be making money. But I
Yeah.
said, hey, maybe one day when, it moons, this will pay off. Well, listen, bills need to be paid. Okay. So I'm just, so I had to cut, I used to do it 5 times a week. I had to cut it down to 3. And I'm still here. I'm still trying to figure things out. But I really do it for the community. I love the community. But on the other hand, when you don't donate so much of your time and you have a family you need to take care of and everything else, so you got to kind of start weighing the options about what's happening next. But I really do it for all you guys, man. I I guess when you want something bad enough, and you want for people to maybe see your life work in this sense, the consistency is the key. So I hate to give up on anything. I love Safe Moon. I love talking to some of the people there at Safe Moon. And I love talking to the community. But yeah, I really do it for them, and it's just a passion. But I do have those days like, why do I still? What's going on?
Yeah.
Let's get some sponsors here. Let's go.
We all do. We all do, Jeremiah. Believe me. I mean, especially being around as long as we both have. It's like, man, why do we keep coming back? This is a lot, but I can tell you that, not only myself, but a lot of people in the community look forward to the water cooler every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that is the truth. Like this morning, I was looking, and I think you might have started like 3 minutes late, right?
Mm-hmm.
But right at that time, I was like, okay, the water cooler is supposed to be coming on. Where is it at? I honestly, it actually, as I'm working, because it's a time where like I start to log into work and it's my background noise, and I can hear, all the information and do my job at the same time. So I look forward to it because it keeps me company as I'm working from home. So I really do look forward to it. It's one of my favorite spaces because it's more conversation, and it's just kind of like, here's what's going on, and then we go, the people go off in tangents about food. I mean, today we talked a lot about food and Thanksgiving, and it's not just specific towards, but it's just kind of getting to know people and just kind of a conversation, and I enjoy it a lot. So we appreciate it.
Wow.
Yeah, and Jeremiah, I kind of thought maybe I might know what your answer was before you said what your answer was, but the passion and continuing to do it, you do a great job, man. Yeah, I mean, you really do. And you can tell it's about the people, and I think that's what makes it so genuine, is that it's not, there doesn't seem, I hope this doesn't sound bad, it doesn't seem like an alternative motive. Like, you know what, you're not looking for something else. You are for the people. And I love those spaces where I do like a little bit of structure, but I do like to be able to talk about anything, right? And that your space is right up that alley. So continue to do what you do, man, because it's good.
Thank you. And like I said, at the end of the day, is really for just the love of the community. And I don't do it just, I never intended to do anything for profit or anything else like that. But I do love the community, and it's just, you just never know what's going to happen, especially on the water cooler, right? You just don't know. I mean, we can go into the technical things and we have other spaces for that. I just want to, just give people where they can just like let down your hair. Let's get to know, what do you do for a living? What are you eating? Did you have your coffee? And just really get to the, the nuts of it all. So I mean, I hope I'm doing a good job. People tend to still show up, so I guess I'm okay.
Yeah.
So and I tell you the God honest truth, you can't put a dollar amount on none of this. But it's priceless. The relationships, the friendships, the things that have come out of this community, just talking to one another. I mean, I'm just like, look, I'm amazed. I'm amazed, and I'm amazed at even what you guys have here. So I can't. This is very flattering, and it gives me a break because I don't have to host. You guys are doing a great job, and but let's get it.
There you go. Yeah.
Hosting a space is exhausting. You always have to, you feel like you're always on edge. Like, okay, I got to make sure I'm doing this, and let's keep the conversation going. What am I going to say next? Like, it's exhausting. Yeah. And so, yeah, like I am so proud of you, honestly. Like, those are the only words I can use, because you had a voice even before the water cooler, and I feel like you're using your voice and your, who you are to make something great for the community, which is the water cooler.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You don't mind if I just shout out SafeMoon too, like John Caroni, Hayden, Jonas, Josh. I'll tell you something, and if you stay consistent, I had an opportunity to go out to the headquarters and meet some of these great people, and they treated us great food, and man, we had awesome conversations, and it was just a wonderful opportunity to go out there and hang out with some of these people. Even the president of Mobiquity came out there, and he's a SafeMoon maxi, okay, from a public company. He's a maxi, and I hung out with him, and also Don. And it just really opened up a lot of other opportunities for me, and that I never thought that can actually happen. And so I've always like felt like, man, like why do I deserve it? But it was just such a wonderful time, and these are things that I've taken with me for the rest of my life that I won't forget. I can't believe I went out to SafeMoon headquarters. I can't believe I met this person. And it's just really been a really true blessing. There are really good quality people out there, and they have our best interests. So just want to send a shout out to them too.
Awesome. Yeah, and you sound like a very humble person, and I think sometimes when you are consistent like that, good things are going to happen for you. And I'm super happy that they are for you, and you've got to do some of those cool things. So
Thank you.
keep doing a good job, man. It's the community needs it. We started off about the negative stuff, and that's one thing too. I think sometimes with your space, if it starts to go that way, it gets changed real quick, because people are just there's a time and a place for that, I believe, probably, but that sort of negativity I think needs to be more on a personal level, and not when there's like 400 people listening, because you don't know what the education to crypto is with the people that are in that space. And if that was the first time anybody had ever shown up in that space, and the first thing they heard was something negative, they may just leave and we'll never see them again, and they get the wrong idea of what's actually going on. So you do a really good job with that. So let me ask you specifically something.
Yeah, sure.
Why are you so bullish on SafeMoon? Is there one part of the SafeMoon ecosystem that makes you super excited over another part, or is it just everything in general?
I think it's everything. But I will say one thing. One thing is the vision. Vision is very important when it comes to a company. It really tells you how far they're looking to go, what type of real change impact they're trying to make. And if it's not big enough for me, I'm not interested. If it's just focused on one thing, this is what we're going to do. This is the type of type of code we're going to create, and it's going to live for. I need vision. I've always been an entrepreneur, and I tell you, if you can't see past next week, you can't see past a year from now, but you're looking 10 years from now, and you're going to actually create this strength to actually, your mind to somehow create this pattern of, we're going to get you there. Okay, like the universe gets out the way, and when you're focused, you can really go a long way. So what SafeMoon is doing, wanting to be one of the top 5 technology companies in the future, or why not the top 3? I think one guy asked John. But is that, to me, is bigger than anything. It's bigger than your city. It's bigger than your state. Bigger than your country. You want to affect the world. So that's one thing that I love about SafeMoon, and also the tokenomics and making the entire space of DeFi and crypto safe. Safer than what it is right now, because moving forward, we're not going to get a lot of institutional investors in crypto if we don't make it safer, and if we don't have the right laws that writes out the guidelines of how this thing is going to be ran safer, where they feel that their money is not going to get wrecked for. So I think SafeMoon is going to play a big part in that, and I hope it does. And I hope people that's listening, if you don't know about SafeMoon, or if you only heard about it a year and a half ago, take another look at it. Really do some diligence and do some research, because what SafeMoon was and what it is today is completely different. So let's go.
For sure, no doubt, man. I would agree with you 100% on that. The vision is super important, and outside of crypto too. I mean, your personal life, whether it be your day job or whatever it is, if there's no vision past next week or even next year, eventually you're going to stumble unless you just get lucky. So that vision is super important. Have some sort of a roadmap that keeps you on check. And well said. Let me ask you this. Any projects outside of the SafeMoon umbrella that you're super stoked about or excited about, and the answer can be no. I'm just curious.
No, it's cool. I tell people, man, diversify. I mean, look, I love the ecosystem that we're in, but it's not no buts, but it's more or less, we're all here to make money. And there's been cryptos that's been here for a long time. So if people want to buy a little Bitcoin or some Ethereum, a lot of you guys know I actually sold my Ethereum for more SafeMoon when they had a pump last year around this time. But yeah, I have I'm diversified. I got some Doge. I got a little baby Doge. I have some Ethereum still. I put out a little bit in there, nowhere near to the amount that I had before. I got a little Bitcoin, not a full one, just a couple $100 in it. And I have what else do I have? It's been such a long time since I checked my Bitmark account. I can't even get into it right now. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
But I got a little BBTF, even though that's in the ecosystem. And I got some Hex. So yeah. I don't know.
Okay, sounds good, man. I think that you hit the nail on the head, and being diversified is important.
It is.
Sometimes you get people in the SafeMoon umbrella that don't believe that, and that's cool. If that's what you want to do, put all your eggs in one basket. I'm not going to argue with that. Our philosophies seem to mount up pretty close to yours, so we are diversified in different projects, and it's always nice to just ask, because you never know. You may throw something out there and be like, oh, I was just reading about that, so maybe I'll look into it a little bit more. Because I only have so much time to do research, right? So I don't want to have to research everything. So it's in conversation we can figure that out.
Him too,
so what do you guys? So tell me, like, what do you guys have? Like, give me a few coins out there that you guys have that's not in our ecosystem.
One of the main ones outside of what you've already mentioned would be, we are in the Kronos chain, and we do a lot of stuff on the Kronos chain. Through the Crow swap, through Kronos, and Kron. The other one too is hopefully,
we're all over the place, really. I mean, I got some Avalanche stuff on the Avalanche chain. I mean,
Pitbull.
That's BSC.
One that's fairly new that you might check out, because it's actually from around your area, is DFS Mafia. It's a crypto sports, kind of like FanDuel. Or DraftKings, but it's crypto based. You can use fiat money in it, but that's one that's really I believe is getting ready to bust out. Not financial advice, but I have money in it. He was actually supposed to be a guest of ours last week, but he had family things come up, so we're hoping to get him on soon.
We
Look
like
at Holly
it.
over there losing it.
Not bad.
All right.
But yeah,
What about you, Holly? We haven't forgot about you. What about you? What do you have out there?
You know, I like my blue chips. I have, you know, I invested in XRP a while ago, and XRP has always like been, I don't know, there's something about XRP, and then with this whole lawsuit kind of coming to an end, and there's a settlement, or not a settlement, but you know, I guess, well, it could be a settlement coming up, or just, you know, whatever they decide. I feel like it's going to be in the favor of XRP. I just have this feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's just that, for me, there's just that if they can win against the SEC, holy crap.
yeah.
And that is what keeps me really bullish as hell on XRP, you guys. Like, I read and I do a lot of research, and the fact that, you know, the judge came and said, hey, you know, we want you to release these emails was huge, because there's some stuff in that email that's really going to look bad for the SEC. So I am very, very bullish on that. And I also like Cardano, the ADA. I really, really like them. I got them, you know, right when I was, you know, back when I got XRP, and they haven't really, you know, it hasn't moved much. It's gone down, if anything, but I feel like that one might be gonna have a breakout. So I don't know. I am more of the blue chip, and then I, you know, got into the ecosystem of SafeMoon. I mean, and like Jeremiah, like, it honestly was the vision for me. At the very beginning, when I first got into it, I was like, okay, you know, my little brother told me about it. I was like, cool. But it was honestly, like, after hearing and going on the AMAs that they used to host, right? Not the one that when they were in Miami, not that one.
Just to be clear.
Just hearing them talk, and just the things that they, you know, that John had in mind and his vision, I just, as, you know, somebody who works in business, I was like, okay, all of this is making sense. All of, like, these key words that he would say was like, okay, he kind of knows his stuff, right? So it just, that's what got me into SafeMoon. And then, of course, the ecosystem, and then what Grove is doing. Like,
oh yeah,
is like, I'm so crazy bullish on them that I just feel like I need to, like, accumulate more at this point, because they busted out the like actual roadmap and said, this is what it's looking for, this is what we're shooting for. And March, well, I think it said a blockchain in January, in exchange in March. And this
first
is
quarter
all
for
under,
both. Yeah.
Even the first quarter for the headquarters. And I'm like, holy crap, they're like really moving along, which I feel like, you know, they've been doing things even before we even knew like it was going on. And so, you know, this is why they're coming out with it. But Grove, I feel like, is going to be just as awesome, and they're like all about green, right? So I don't know. I'm just excited for it all. I know it's going to take a little longer for all of these, but I feel like it's coming. Our time is coming.
Yeah, and don't forget about the location of their headquarters too. That,
I
to me,
know.
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it is.
well, Jeremiah, before we move on to the Holativity segment, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about, or anything else you wanted to say?
Nah, you guys are great, man. I'm just here. I got time, bro. I got time. But you know, just to kind of touch on what she just said, I actually believe XRP. I also hold some of that too. I gotta try to find it. It disappeared on me. But yeah. But one thing I will say, I think after this case is over, and I will say when they win, I think it may, in my opinion, it could be the start of the bull market, in my opinion, because it is different if it only affect XRP. It doesn't. It affects the rules, how the FCC can go on, and if they need to go after any other company, they have to do it at least above this particular standard.
Right.
You know, so that's that. A lot of especially blue chips that people think were securities or whatever, that sets the pole like way up there for them to actually have to jump over to actually say, hey, we want to take you to court. So I think I think it's going to be very good for crypto moving forward.
Yeah.
Especially if this FX what is it, FTX didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we would have had a lot of even more institutional money wanting to come in, but I think the whole Ripple thing, I think that'd be a positive thing for our market.
Yeah, the FTX is definitely a big speed bump in all of this journey. But I will tell you, my gut tells me if the SEC thought they were going to win against Ripple, it would have already been done. I think the fact that it's taking longer is that gives them time to try to save as much face as they possibly can. I would be shocked if this doesn't rule in the favor of XRP.
Yep.
So that's one of the reasons that's one I forgot, but that's one we're invested in too.
Yeah. I honestly don't know if it will go as far as an actual ruling or if it will go as far as a settlement. And then what happens is nobody really everybody kind of gets to save face. So
yeah, when you're talking about the government, that happens a lot too.
Yes, I think that settlement may be more of what the conclusion will be.
It's still a win, though. Yeah. That's still a big win.
I mean, well, yes. I mean, you guys, I get too excited when I talk about XRP.
Do you have an XRP shirt? I don't think I've seen you wear an XRP shirt.
No, that's crazy because that's the one that I really like XRP.
We're just gonna get a white T-shirt and draw it with marker and then send it to you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. No, I can't believe I don't have one.
XRP shades.
Yeah, I'm getting one now. That's it. I can't believe I don't have one.
Well, since you're.
But I got a glow shirt in the mail today.
Oh.
But when we have glow guests, that's when I'll wear it. So I didn't want to hey, look at my shirt, and then Jared or Brian's on a couple weeks later, and I'm like,
yeah. But you kind of just did, Holly. I mean, I feel bad that you have one and I don't, so I kind of feel like you just bragged a little bit.
Yeah, and nobody likes a bragger.
Nobody likes a bragger, Holly.
Yes. Dang it.
I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.